Making the news tonight, Soludo reiterates ABGA's commitment to redefining governance. Cassava processing plant commissioned at Ojoto, Idemili local government. CBN clarifies BVN charges, says local enrollment still free. And on the foreign scene, Texas flood death toll rises to 82, dozens still missing. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business. And for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something, report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for better security of lives and property. Remember, the emergency numbers to call are 5111 and 0800-220008. ABS TV is now live on cable, free to air. Join us. My name is Ajuluchuku Okabwe. Many thanks for joining us. The governor of Anambra State and national leader of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has reiterated the party's commitment to redefining governance and promoting inclusive development. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo now reports.
Governor Soludo, who made the remarks at Ekulummili in Nnewi South local government area through his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Bezim, during a ceremony to welcome Chief Executive Officer of Red Pastures Limited, Barrister Valentine Mba Malo, and others into the party, emphasized ABGA's openness to individuals of goodwill who are passionate about improving the lives of the people through its platform, and stressed that the party remains focused on equitable distribution of democracy dividends and good governance.
Here now we have economic magician. Here ni no na lo anye bibero ego. After is a movement. Anambra my friend. Aye man ke we esioku. Una will even know. Ni ba yin sin alo na won magini.
In their separate remarks, the mayor of Nnewi South Council area, Sir George Ezo Gidi, ABGA chairman in the area, Mr. Azubike Osuchuhu, and a former member representing Nnewi South 1 constituency in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Sonny Ozobialo, lauded the governor's developmental strides across the state, describing his achievements as a strong campaign message for ABGA, and assured that Nnewi South would deliver 100% vote for him on November 8. In his response, Barrister Mba Malo expressed delight in joining ABGA, a party he said has brought pride to the Igbo nation through quality leadership and good representation, pledging to contribute his quota towards advancing the party's vision and objectives. From Ekulummili in Nnewi South Council area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
The member representing Idemili North and South Federal Constituency, Honorable Uche Okonkwo, has commissioned a newly built cassava processing plant at Ojoto, Idemili South Council area, facilitated by the Federal Institute of Industrial Research, Oshodu, FIRO. Correspondent Festus Ubirka was there and now reports.
Speaking to the beers, Honorable Uche Okonkwo, who disclosed that the planned project, housing different cassava processing equipment such as peeling, grinding, pressing, flying, and bagging machines, was built to enhance cassava processing for greater and speedier output, and will industrialize the community and will address food insecurity facing the country, saying that it will ease the stresses encountered by Ojoto people and other towns in cassava processing. In his speech, the traditional ruler of Ojoto, His Royal Majesty Igwe Jaredo Bonadikemba Malu, represented by his Chief of Staff, Chief Romeo Anisia, poured a commission on the registrator for attracting the project, describing it as a signature project. Expressing the gratitude, some members of the community, to include the Vice President General of Youth, Comrade Chiedozie Moralo, Honorable Augustine Ebuna, Mr. Akachukwu Dominico Konko, and Ms. Stella Ekomeko, says that the project is a call for them to return to farming and fight current food scarcity hitting the masses, and later expressed gratitude to Registrator for his good heart to his constituency.
This processing facility is introduced to help the people, the community, in making sure that they can be able to process the cassava in which they are farming in better way.
Majorly, the product is for the rural women and the younger generation to go back to farming.
It was an exciting, entertaining, spirit-filled experience and inspiring celebration of faith through music at St. Cecilia Anglican Choir, Nigerian Federation of Catholic Students, NFCS, St. Joseph the Worker Chaplaincy, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, held their 5th edition of our annual music concert tagged Echoes 5.0 and themed Rhythms of the Motherland. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha now reports.
Event chaired by a choir master, organist, and the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, current chairman in Anambra, Engineer Victor Meju, had the presence of the Managing Director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Mr. Christopher Moolokun, represented by the Director of Commercial Services of the establishment, Mrs. Uju Ifedepa, among other dignitaries, and had solo, duets, trio, and choir performances. Describing the event as simply an embrace between heaven and earth, the chairman on the occasion, Engineer Meju, a music composer and producer, Alex Ugu, as well as a chorister in the chaplaincy, Engineer Ifeanyi Obi, in their separate remarks, said that exposure to music elongates life, stating that the event was an avenue for talent discovery and hunting.
We're happy, and it's all merriment. And you can see the performance, excellent. People are happy, youths are rejoicing. Talent are next in this event.
Chaplain of the chaplaincy, Reverend Father Remigius Ezokonkwo, who noted that the event was an avenue for the youths to discover their talents in the worship of God and service to humanity, said with support from various individuals and groups, the choristers can individually and in group attain greater heights.
These talents to worship God, to serve Him, and also to offer unto the church. Support they get from good-spirited individuals and church members. It takes them to greater heights.
Earlier in his opening remark, the choir president of the chaplaincy, Chinedu Francis, said the annual music concert is more than just music, but a celebration of heritage, unity, and a tool for education, healing, worship, and identity. In Awka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
And still to come on the news tonight, CBN clarifies BVN charges, says local enrollment still free. And on the foreign scene, Texas flood death toll rises to 82 and dozens still missing. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has dismissed reports suggesting the introduction of hidden charges or bank verification number, BVN, enrollment, affirming that the process remains entirely free for Nigerians residing within the country. Reacting to growing concerns, the Apex Bank clarified that the recently introduced $50 fee applies only to the newly launched non-resident BVN, NRBVN platform, which is strictly for Nigerians in diaspora. According to a statement issued by the bank's acting director of corporate communications, Mrs. Akama Ali, today the fee is recoverable processing cost and not a payment for obtaining a BVN. Mrs. Ali said that Nigerians in the diaspora previously paid $200 and the associated fee of $50 is strictly a processing charge for remote verification and not a payment for the BVN itself, noting that the NRBVN system is a voluntary, secure, and convenient solution for Nigerians in the diaspora. People looked through belongings at Camp Mystic along the banks of the Guadalupe River after a flash flood swept through the area yesterday in Hunt. The death toll from the catastrophic floods that hit the state of Texas in the United States has risen to 82 as a search for the missing continues, and officials faced questions over failure to evacuate people in hard-hit Kerr County. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said that at least 41 people remain unaccounted for across the southern states 3 days after the deluge, and that more could be missing. Governor Abbott promised authorities will continue to work round the clock to find the missing and warned that additional rounds of heavy rains lasting into Tuesday could produce more life-threatening flooding. Sheriff Larry later said that researchers have found the bodies of 68 people, including 28 children, many of whom went missing from Camp Mystic, a Christian summer camp for girls. And now sports. Nigeria Super Falcons launched their Women's AFCON Nations Cup campaign with a commanding 3-0 victory over the Tunisian side at the Labi Zaoli Stadium in Casablanca. The 9-time champions started brightly, taking the lead in the 4th minute when Osisat Oshuala capitalized on a well-placed cross to finish confidently. Nigeria continued to dictate play, with Captain Rasheedat Ajibade pulling the strings in midfield and Deborah Abiodun and Tony Payne providing energy and creativity. Just before the interval, Nigeria thought they had doubled their advantage when Babajide found the net. Initially, the goal was disallowed as Oshuala was adjudged to have fouled in the build-up. Remember that you can follow news and programs on the ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television, Oka, and on X at absradiotv.com and on Instagram at absradiotv. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, a look at the main point again. Soludo has reiterated ABGA's commitment to redefining governance. Cassava processing plant has been commissioned at Ojoto, Idemili South. CBN has clarified BVN charges, says local enrollment still free. And on the foreign scene, Texas flood death toll has exceeded 80, dozens still missing. Security is here to stay in Anambra State. In the Anambra, remember, security is everyone's business, and for us to have a more secure and livable Anambra State, let us join forces with the government in securing our state. If you see something, say something. Report unscrupulous elements to the security operatives for a better security of lives and property. Remember, the emergency numbers to call are 5111 and 0800-220008. ABS TV is now live on cable free-to-air. Join us, and that's the size of our package this evening. My name is Ajuluchukwu Okabwe. Many thanks for joining us. Have a pleasant evening rest.